Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Cambro and we'll continue talking about Arkham Horror Forgotten Age player cards. So if you missed the last video, we talked about Guardian cards, and in this video we'll be talking about Seeker cards. So if you missed the last video, go and check it out before, and we'll continue talking about survival of this one. Quick thing first. We got the, let's see, can you see it? Like that. Labyrinth of Lunacy pack, finally. I forgot to mention that in the last video. So that'll be really cool. I'll probably say something in one video when I have had a chance to play it. Okay, let's jump right in. So this is Ellie, Dr. Ellie Horowitz. Dr. Ellie Horowitz, Assistant Curator. She's an Seeker ally, an asset with willpower icon, 1 health and 2 sanity, and takes up the ally spot. And she has a reaction which reads, after Dr. Ellie Horowitz enter place, search the top 9 cards of your deck for a relic asset and attach it to her. Shuffle your deck. Each relic asset attached to Dr. Ellie does not take up any slots. It is still considered to be in play and under your control. So this is cool. It's an ally which lets you search for a relic. Searching 9 cards in Arkham Horror, it's quite good. That's like 1/3 of your deck. We have cards like Prepare for the Worst, which lets you search for a weapon. So this is kind of similar, but you search for a relic. And you attach it to her, and it doesn't take up a slot. So if the relic takes a accessory slot or a hand slot, it won't take that. So that's cool. Relic and accessories are not the same, which I first instinctively thought they were. But relic is a trait. So it doesn't have to be the same trait. Each accessory doesn't have to be relic, and each relic doesn't have to be accessory, but some of them overlap. So if we check what kind of relics we have, we don't have a lot actually. We doesn't have a single one in Survivor, and we only have one in Guardian in the form of Armor of Underends. So what are some prime targets you want for this? You probably want, like, if you can fetch a grotesque statue, that would be really nice. Ursula can take it since it's a relic, and having Dr. Ellie find your grotesque statue is really nice, and she will like cancel this hand slot. Jim fetching up, so could be a one-off in Jim, because Jim, it's hard to find an ally for Jim. So having Ellie might work to find the trumpet really fast, because you want the trumpet, at least if you're playing in a big group like 3 or 4 player. The Key of Ease, totally overpowered card I think now when I played a lot more with it. It's not a very fun card. I've only tried it on standard, so it might be more useful in hard or expert. The Pocket Watch, super good. Just fetch it, and yeah, then you have it like ready to use whenever. So yeah, she has a cool effect, and as the relic pool just grows, she will become probably more and more like a choice to consider. And I'm saying choice to consider because she is a Seeker ally, and in Seeker we have Melan, which is undoubtedly one of the best investigators. He generates so much money. So, I mean, would you take Ellie over Melan? I don't know. I probably won't. Not until I have one deck I'm running now with Ursula. I have 2 millions and 1 Ursula, and 1 Ellie. And if I find Ellie first, I'll play her, but then replace her. Because, I mean, if you have managed to use up your chargers or I don't know, the Pocket Watch or something, and she doesn't hold a relic, I mean, just replace her. Another card to consider for her is Calling in Favor for the same reason. Because if you're using the relic she's hosting and it's empty or out of use or gone, then you can just switch her. You could also call in Favor to play her multiple times to search for multiple relics. So it's a cool theme. I mean, Ursula, who we got as the investigator for this campaign. I did a whole review about them, so if you haven't checked them out, check them. She can take relics up to level 4, so L is definitely good for her. Okay, yeah, interesting. Let's continue with the Ancient Stone, Undefined. So it's a secret card, asset, takes up the hand slot, has a 1 intellect icon and cost 1, and it actually has 1 XP for an undefined card. So it reads, action, investigate. Your location gets +3 Shroud for this investigation. If you succeed, discover 1 additional clue at your location, discard Ancient Stone, and record in your campaign log that you have identified the stone. Next to this, in parentheses, record the difficulty of this skill test. So there's a lot of text. So if you have played the Dunwich Legacy or the Path to Carcosa, you have seen this kind of card before. A card that you record something in your campaign log, and then in a couple of packs we will get an upgrade for it, which require that we have identified the stones. But this is the first time it actually cost XP. So the other two, the Strange Illusion and the Arctic Glyphs, you could just put them in your level 0 deck. You can't do that with Ancient Stone. You have to play at least one scenario to even be able to include this, which is a deal in itself. It's much more of a commitment, especially on a blind when we don't know what it will upgrade into to include it. And also in the first scenario you maybe have some more extra time sometimes, so nice to just get it out of the way and immediately upgrade it. So that's the thing. Also, you can't have the upgrade in scenario 2. You can the first time you will be able to have it is in scenario 3. So how does it work? You investigate. Let's say you investigate a 2 shroud location. It'll increase up to 5. You pass it. You discover 2 clues, maybe 3 if you're Rex or something like that, and then you record that you have identified the stone, and in parentheses you record 5. So you record the difficulty of the normal shroud +3. I mean, it's hard to say what this will turn into now, because now we have a Strange Illusion, which is like damage, healing, and evade. And we have the glyph that are what are they? Evade and like compromised investigation and evasion, and this is like investigation on drugs. So I don't know. I'm gonna guess for 3 cards again, and I'm going to say it's something to do with movement, card draw, and it's hard. I'm gonna keep guessing movement until we get one. But these cards are super cool. They're very hard to predict if they're good or not before we have seen the upgraded version. So if you want to include this in your deck, you probably have to keep it also until we get the upgraded, because the upgraded usually need to be upgraded from this. Yeah, so Ancient Stone. We'll be excited to see what the untranslated will be. So this is Tooth of Elsie. It's a item relic. So what was her name? Ellie can find it for you. Cost 3. It's an cost 3 willpower icon, takes up the accessory slot, and it reads, you get +1 willpower and 1+ agility while resolving an ability on a treachery card. And it has a reaction which says, after you succeed a skill test while resolving an ability on a treachery card, exhaust 2 of Elsie and draw 1 card. And it's a picture of a snake biting a hand. Mortal Reminder was the flavor of it. So this is a card I've tried in Ursula, and it's really good. At least in Forgotten Age in Ursula. I did not expect it to be as good as it is. But it can draw you like 5-6 cards through a scenario single-handedly, and it helps you pass encounter cards or treacheries, which is really good. So a couple of things. Enemies are not treachery cards. Someone like rats. They come from the encounter deck, but they're enemy traded or typed, so you won't get like an agility boost against enemies. But you will for stuff like rotting remains, which is a treachery. You will get that willpower boost, and if you succeed, you'll get to draw a card. It's very nice, actually. So the fact that not a lot of cards actually do agility, I think, at least in the last 2 cycles, but I think a lot of more will do in the Forgotten Age. We have like for hyper awareness, which boosts your agility, but this costs 1. So I mean, the first time you boost it once, you're already up to 3. So then you might as well just play 2 of Elsie. And hyper awareness is a horrible card. Higher education, on the other hand, is not a terrible card, which lets you boost the willpower. So then this might become a bit not as useful. But I mean, there's nothing saying you can't run both, because you need 5 cards to have higher education active, and this will let you draw into more cards. Yeah. I've like the most basic is that willpower will hurt sanity, and agility will hurt your health pool, or what the hell is it called? Health, yeah. I was thinking HP. So yeah, a lot of Seeker doesn't really have the problem with sanity, but I mean, agility is good to have. Roland can also take it. I'll put him at 4 willpower, which is very nice for stuff like Frozen in Fear and Rotting Remains, which he definitely don't like. Yeah, it's a good card. There's not much more to say about it. Looks like someone has done some statistics of the encounter cards. How many of them feature skill tests? Yeah, I like it. And the last card for the Seekers is Unearth the Ancients. It's an event, the first event for them. Cost 1 to play, has 2 intellect icon, insight rated like all the other, and reads, investigate, choose an Seeker asset in your hand. The difficulty scale of this test is equal to the chosen asset's printed cost. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, put the chosen asset in play. If that asset has a relic trait, draw 1 card. So this is an economy card, would I say? So you choose an ally, an asset. Let's say you choose the Tooth of Elsie. No, let's say you choose Ellie. You pay 1. You do a skill test of 3, or you have to have Ellie in hand. You do intellect test of 3, and if you succeed, you get to play her for free. So you're saving two resources and have to do a test. And that's not really good. I mean, unless you're guarantee, to pass, if you're someone like, not Wendy, Daisy. Nope. How the hell is she spelled? Daisy, like that. If you're Daisy, then you're at 5, and you have something like magnifying glass, maybe. I'll put you up at 6. Maybe you have Dr. Millen, you're up to 7. So, then the skill test will be quite easy to pass. So then you're saving a couple of resources. If you would do it on something like the tooth, you would also draw a card, and then it starts to get better. Because then you get to play an asset and draw a card for a single action, and you're potentially saving a couple of resources. Thing is, the most expensive asset we have is currently Dr. Melon at 4. So if you play anything but Melon, you're top going to save 2 or 1 resource, with the potential to just fail the skill test, which isn't good. Then you just wasted a resource and an action, and you put this card in your deck. But someone wrote something interesting, that you could declare to play a magnifying glass for 0, then you're doing a skill test of 0. And if you're playing someone like Rex, you will probably pass that test by 2 or more. So then you'll also find a clue. And if you're doing this at like a 5 or 4 shroud location, putting the shroud down to 0 is actually quite nice. He also, or he or she said that you can commit deduction, but that apparently doesn't work, because deduction, you have to find clues. You find additional clues, and since you're not finding any real clues, it doesn't work. And also another person here wrote that, like Milan, you save a lot of stuff. Rex, you can get a clue. And with Ursula, I don't know if I mentioned that last time, but Ursula. I think I wasn't sure at the time. When you move, you can take an investigation action, and that includes stuff like investigate on cards as well. So this is an investigation action, so you could move with Ursula, and then you get to play this, and then you get your assets down. So yeah, I haven't tried it, and I don't think I will for a while, because it's just such a weird card. Stuff like this, I love this when people come up with these crazy ideas to lower the shroud value with this card. So we'll see what happens. Yes, so that's the Seeker cards. 4 of them. There are 12 more cards to go, plus the 2 basic weakness. So I hope you have enjoyed this little video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit. And until next time, see ya.